Hey y'all, I'm taking a walk through my yard. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you some pretty cool things that have popped up this spring. This is the first thing I've noticed that popped up. I think this is a baby oak tree. So we actually did cut the grass the other day. You can see everything's been cut, but we are going to allow this little tree to grow right here. So we have a little oak tree that has sprouted this year, hoping that it sticks around. And I believe we have different little magnolia trees that have sprouted up in here. You can see these are 2 magnolias, and we are probably going to transplant those. Here's a little oak. So we did quite a bit of yard work yesterday. We cut the lawn, we did the weed eating, lots of that stuff. So the yard looks nice and cut. In here, it's pretty messy in here, but these are actually all wild raspberries that grow in here. So all of those are starting to sprout. So that'll be really nice. My daughter absolutely loves, actually these are blackberries. I have raspberries in the front, so these are the blackberries, the wild blackberries. All right, this is my nectarine tree. You see the nectarine? And so we're gonna come over here. Look what we have. We have our first nectarine, and it is the size of, look how big it is already. See that? So we got a nectarine right there, and there's blue in the background making his appearance. All right, and this might be what y'all have been waiting for. So we have the onions have sprouted, and I'm gonna have to come out here and do a bit of weed picking with my fingers, because you can see so many weeds have already sprouted along with the different plants and things. The tomatoes are doing well. We got peppers and things. Y'all remember we planted these if you watched my other vlogs. So let's take a look at the seeds. This is the garden that we eat from in the summer. So we eat all of these vegetables. We usually have more than enough, and we can give plenty away. We also can. These are the cucumbers, and you can see the cucumber row right here has come up. These are the green beans, and this is kind of unusual. Y'all see those green beans in the middle? Those were the first to sprout, and I don't think anything else is going to sprout up here. We've had a squirrel come through that actually digs up these seeds and eats them or takes them off before they even sprout. So that's all we got for green beans. Okay, I think this is yellow squash. Same thing's been happening here. So you'll kind of see that happening throughout. So we'll have to just see how this year really goes. We have the zucchini on this row. And then right here we have, I think, more yellow squash. And the other one may have been something else, I'm not sure. Here is more zucchini. We just love zucchini and yellow squash. We eat a ton of it. And then we have our acorn squash and our pumpkins. Then we have radishes. So all of that has come up, but you can see like the green beans and things we had that. And so I'm going to come through here later and just kind of pick out some of these weeds and grass and things that are growing on the rows of the plants. Okay, so now over here we have all of our fruit trees have, you know, flowered and everything like that, so they should be producing fruit soon. Our fig tree, they both produced 2 trees, kind of like the magnolia did. So we already transplanted one fig tree over here. Actually, I think this was a branch that fell and then it started growing roots, if that's possible. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments if you know. But we did plant that one. And that's pretty much all I have coming up right now. But I will keep you posted on more that's happening around School of Scarlett Ranch. Hey y'all, I'm getting ready to cook a seafood salad. So I'm going to kind of just show you here. I'm going to be standing right here and I'll tell you everything that I put in it. This is one of my favorite salads to make, and this is what we're having for dinner. So to start, I'm just going to put my hair up real quick. I've already washed my hands. I have a bowl and I've put a package of salad shrimp in there. So I just got this kind of shrimp. It's already cooked. It's extra small. I call it salad shrimp, but I guess it's extra small shrimp, but you can get the salad shrimp. And so I've put that already in this bowl. This salad is pretty simple because it's half of it's already, you know, pre-made. You're going to get a container of coleslaw. So this container is a 15-ounce container of coleslaw. I got this one from Walmart, but you can either make your own, or you know, you can buy it from wherever that you prefer. So I'm going to go ahead and open up that container of coleslaw, and you're going to put the whole container in. I like to make this salad also for a lot of get-togethers. Sometimes we'll go to like church events and just different things with friends or potlucks of any kind. Excuse me. And this is something that we'll bring. So I put that whole container in there. Make sure you get it all in there. Okay. So you can kind of start mixing it in with the shrimp a little bit so that it starts to incorporate with it. If you don't happen to like the coleslaw, you don't have to put that in there, because our next ingredient is going to be macaroni salad. And so you could also just do like a pasta and seafood salad, but I put the coleslaw in there because I like a little crunch and I like vegetables, so I put that in there. But you're going to get a container of the macaroni salad. This one is a 32-ounce container, and I got this one from Walmart, but again, they have these like at H-E-B and Kroger's or whichever grocery store you may have in your area. Okay, so you're going to put the whole container in as well. So this salad makes quite a bit, because as you can see, this is a 32-ounce container. And then we had the container of coleslaw and the shrimp. So it's quite a lot. So already the bowl is getting pretty full to the top, and we still have quite a bit of ingredients to add in. So I'm just going to kind of incorporate it and make sure that things are mixing together, because there's still, like I say, some other ingredients that need to come in. So I have some mayo on hand in case, you know, you want it more creamy. Sometimes when you get the pre-made macaroni salad, some of them have a little bit more creaminess to them and some of them don't. So I like my salad a little bit creamier. So if I happen to need some, I'll add some in there. So the other thing we are going to add is imitation crab. So it looks like this. It's called imitation crab, and it doesn't matter what kind of brand you get, but you know, I usually get the flake style, which is what they usually have. But here I have just some leftover crab that we used the other night. We used this one for egg rolls, although I think I'm just gonna go ahead and use this one for now. I think we'll use the other one for something else. So the other one I was using for those crab ragoon kind of things. They're, you kind of make them with the same wrappers as the egg rolls. I'm sorry if it's a little noisy in here. I have my dishwasher going on super boost, so I'm sorry about that if it's a little noisy. All right, so I'm going to use the whole package of the crab. And actually this crab is the flakeable kind, so you can just go ahead and flake it into your salad. So you can actually flake it in big pieces like that if you like to have big pieces, or you can flake it a little bit smaller. So I just kind of flake it a little bit smaller like that. I always use the imitation crab, but I guess you could use, you know, regular crab meat, actual crab meat that's not imitation. I'm sure that you could add in any other kind of seafood that you see would be fit to add in here. Maybe octopus, squid, I don't know. Do y'all like seafood? I know a lot of people don't really like seafood. We do like to take this salad to potlucks and stuff like that, but we do find that there are quite a few people that don't like seafood. That's just a thing that a lot of people don't like. Might be the smell. I don't know. If you don't like seafood, comment down below. Let me know why you don't like seafood. Is it the smell, or do you not know? So this is a seafood salad. So I'm sure if you don't like seafood, you're probably not here anymore, but you could probably do this salad with chicken as well, and it'd be like a chicken salad. So it would be like the same thing, the coleslaw and the macaroni salad, only you would maybe shred chicken into it, maybe some mayo, and I'm going to add some vegetables into this in just a moment. I have just celery, I have green onions, and I have what else? Oh, bell pepper. Now, I can't recall if I always add the bell pepper or not. Sometimes my memory kind of slips me. And right now, I'm not recalling whether or not I add it into this salad. So, I'm debating whether or not to add it in. I'm using green onions, but you can use regular sweet onions or yellow onions, whatever you prefer. I always like to just use the stuff on hand. So, when you watch me do some of my recipes, or you know, anybody's recipes really, consider what you have on hand and kind of be creative with it. It doesn't always have to be exactly how they did it in the recipe. You may come up with something much better, or something that is just better for you in general because it's an ingredient that you usually have. Sometimes certain recipes and things we watch don't always have the type of ingredients we keep on hand and things. So see what you got and see what you can work with. All right, so I got all my crab meat flaked in there. I'm gonna go ahead and mix it in. And so it's getting mixed in there. The salad is looking really yummy. And so I'm gonna set it aside for a moment because I'm gonna use my cutting board. And I have some green onions here that I've already washed. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut off like the little dead parts of it. The little ends that are dry, you want to get those off so that you get some better flavor. And I'm just gonna chop it up. Just chop it up generously like you would. This is just for the seasoning, so to kind of give it that onion flavor. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this whole bunch. This is a pretty big salad. I also really like a lot of flavor, but if you don't like that much, of course, just do a little less or whatever. So I also like to take these, I don't know if you know, and just put them in water in like a mason jar, or just, you know, a pot or something that you have, and they'll re-sprout and you can continue to use your green onion. So that's something I always do. Okay, so I'm gonna put my green onions in there. And now I'm going to go ahead and cut up some celery. So I'm going to probably do a couple of stalks and see how that is. Here. So I like to cut my celery up kind of like the long way, like this, and like that, and then cut it into little pieces. If celery is hard for you to eat, I really like to cut it up like that, really, really small. And then I can tolerate it a little bit better. Otherwise, I'm not a huge fan of celery. But I usually like most vegetables and things. It just has to be prepared right, or, you know, depending on what it is. I think it's the little strings and stuff that get to me with the celery. But celery is something you definitely want to add into this salad, even if you probably use the chicken, because if you think of like chicken salad, it always has celery in it. So it's just one of those ingredients that you just gotta use. It helps to create that fusion of flavors. And it also has a nice crunch to it and a little bit of freshness to it, doesn't it? All right, so I've got some celery cut up here. I'm gonna go ahead and add, I'm gonna chop it up a little bit more. It seems a little bit like not as small as I would like. So I'm just gonna roughly just chop here. Like it a little bit smaller. I don't want some big chunks in there. Although if you do like your celery and vegetables chunky, go ahead and do that. I'm still debating whether or not to add in that bell pepper, but let's say you do like bell pepper, or you like a different color of bell pepper. I just have green. Yeah, I would think you could add anything like that to your seafood or chicken salad here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and mix this in. Bring my bowl on back and mix it. And I do think I'm gonna add some mayo to it. Now you can add salt, pepper, onion powder, whatever seasonings that you prefer, like pepper, cracked pepper if you like a little bit, even cayenne pepper, let's say that maybe you like a little spice in your salad. So it's whatever you want, just make it how you want. But that is essentially what it is. Like I say, you can add more mayo and then any of the seasonings that I just mentioned that you would prefer. And then just put it in your fridge and pull it out and eat it when you want. But it is ready to eat as is. So this is what I'm eating tonight. I'll probably make some garlic bread or have some crackers on side with it. My daughter's at a sleepover, so we're just gonna kind of eat this tonight. All right, well, I hope that you enjoyed this recipe.